Hey Egyptology lovers, so guess what? Special treat today. I found an old man who actually tends a garden and he raised some papyrus plants. I'm actually the Cyperus Papyrus compared to the other one I had here, which is the Cyperus 𝆸𝆹𝆸𝆹𝆸𝆹𝆸𝆹𝆸𝆹𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸𝆸 use to cut the stems and make paper out of it. Now I've repotted this into a bigger, thicker, but look, you can see here, I'm gonna cut it up now a little bit, and I'm gonna basically put it in the water once again to try to propagate it, but I can also remove it from its stem area. So there's basically parts here, I can cut that in half. So just chop that down in half from the center and then move this section into another pot like that, for example. So I have some more over here, but let me show you the evolution. So when the papyrus grows, see how it starts? It starts a very small little greenery here, and eventually it starts to grow into something like that. You see, it starts to sprout. Egyptians depicted a lot of this on their tombs. Let me see if I show you if it grows again. So the next stage would be something like this. So you see now it's basically growing into something like that with a nice little umbrella. And once it gets to this stage, eventually it moves into this stage. So now you see it has a beautiful, kind of still closed umbrella head that you see. You see this a lot on the tombs. And you can see the triangular thick stem. That's what we want. That's what we're going to cut. That's what we're going to use the inside once we flatten it to make papyrus paper. So we're going to propagate this. And then eventually it turns into this. So you see now it opens up. It's still a young fledgling here. And eventually it's going to grow into something a little bit more beautiful. And then as it continues to grow, you could see now it's a little bit bigger like that. So nice and big like this. But look at here. This one is quite large, but what happened was this was cut. And basically now it's growing from the original cut. And that's how it starts to go. You can see that's still not open, but this one has kind of created that umbrella look, that beautiful flourish that we love to see in our papyrus. And as they continue to grow, you see they get tall. This is about 3 feet from where I am right now. And this is the nice, beautiful head that you want. You got to keep these always in water so they don't dry and die. And then once they get to this height, then you eventually get even higher. Now this is about 5 feet. And you can see here how nice this is. And what I'm going to do is eventually cut the head off at some point, and then I'm going to propagate it. I think he's done one like that, but this is it right now. So this is the tallest one here. This is about a 5'8" right now from where I am, you see, and the stick holds it straight so it doesn't bend down or anything like that. So I'm going to start taking care of these, and you can keep these inside. So that's what I'm doing right now. So these are my papyrus, and at some point they're going to get thick enough where I can use the stem right over here. This is probably one of them. I'll let this grow a little more, and then I can cut them up and make papyrus out of them. So there you go. So that's the papyrus. Here's another nice little one right over here. Also, I purchased the lily. The Egyptians were big into lotus and lily. And this is a lily right over here. This sits in a little pond like that. You see? And it's submerged right now. And then what happens is these two little guys right over here will open up in the daytime. So as of tomorrow, at night, they actually start to close. But when the daytime strikes, they will literally open up. So by tomorrow, you should see them open up and look beautiful. And I'll do a video for that for you guys. You can see the leaves floating right there in this little pond. So let me come back to you guys tomorrow and we'll have a look at that. But that is the papyrus plant that I finally got for everyone to see. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, let me know. Actually, I was going to cut one of them and then put it in the bowl. I think I'll cut this one. I think I'll cut that one right over here. So I'll give this one an angle, something like maybe around there. I don't know if you guys can see that, or I'm gonna cut it right over here. Like that. So you see right there? That's cut right now, and it should regrow out again. And now I'll take this one right over here, you see? And I'm gonna put that in that water right over here. What I'm gonna do is cut the leaves off a little bit so it actually looks a little proper. I'm gonna have to hold this a little bit like that, so something like that. I'm just gonna chop them up a little so they're not too much an obstruction. Like that, like this, like that. And there's a little bit over here. We'll cut some of that, like that, like this, like a haircut. And there you go. And that should grow roots from inside over here. And I'm gonna flip that over now. You can see how it's cut on an angle. I'm gonna put that in the water like this. And there you go. So that's submerged in the water as well. And that should propagate at some point. So there it is. I'm gonna pick up these guys right here. And these, I can just toss them away, or I can just throw them right back in the green and just kind of let them be consumed by the mud. Something like that, right? Just kind of let them sit back in there. There you go. Let them just kind of continue the cycle of life here with the mud. There you go. So that's it, nice and wet. So tomorrow I'll give it some more water, and that should be pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video for the actual real papyrus plant from Egypt. And I'm very happy to have them and hopefully make many more in the future.